Animation can be painful. You could spend hours on a single project and it will still look horrible at the end. But don't worry, in this video I will teach you the basics of it. Here we go. Let's first learn how animation works. It's almost like a physical equation for speed. To simplify that, if we place a keyframe on position 1, then move our object to position 2 and place another keyframe, we have a basic animation. But for now, we're just scratching the surface. Let's see what else we can do. Animations can be slightly affected by interpolations. I know this may sound intimidating, but don't worry, I'll explain it. You can change the interpolation of keyframes by selecting the keyframes you want to change, then pressing T on your keyboard and selecting one of them. There are three types of interpolation. Number 1 is constant. This interpolation will make the animation jump from some point to another in a single frame without smoothing it. Number 2 is linear. A linear animation will make your object move evenly from one point to another. This interpolation is mostly used in looping animations to make them seamless. Number 3 is Bezier. With Bezier interpolation you can make something smoothly transition to another state. Those were the interpolations, and there are many other quick animation effects that we're going to check out later, because now it's time for a tool that will save you hours. It's no secret that animating some kind of repetitive or random movement is frustrating, but there is a bit of a solution to that. I'm talking about modifiers. In total, there are 7 of them, but we're only going to check out the most important 2. Those are noise and cycles. Let's begin with noise. To add noise, we first have to make a keyframe by pressing I, then change your timeline to graph editor and add a modifier called noise. There are different settings to choose from. Let's first look at the scale. Scale will determine how dense the noise is. Then we have strength that sets the height of noise waves, making the animation much stronger. That's followed by the offset that just sets the position of noise waves, and then the phase, and lastly the depth that will just make our animation more spiky while mostly keeping its path the same. To make this modifier a looping one, you can just check the restrict frame range and set the end to your end of frame range, and then set the blend in and out to about 10 to 20 frames to make it a little smoother. Now it's time for cycles. This modifier will make your animation loop. Just like previously, we need to make a keyframe and go to the graph editor. Then add a modifier called cycles. If the count is set to 0, it will loop the animation infinitely. However, if we set it to 1 or more, it will loop that amount. And that's pretty much it for the modifiers. Now you know how you can animate basic things, but the question is, what can you even animate? I mean, obviously you can animate the scale, position and rotation, but did you know you can also animate pretty much every material node that has values, every geometry node that has values, strength of every single light, and even the final visibility of objects. I mean, heck, you can even animate the amount of noise that you're rendering. So yeah, I want you to play with that and have a great time. I hope you've learned something useful in this video. Happy New Year and goodbye until the next one.